A few days ago, a mother walked into my office completely desperate. Her 8-year-old son, once curious and creative, now struggled to focus for more than 5 minutes at a time. He couldn't finish his assignments, grew frustrated easily, and had started having nightmares. The most concerning part? This isn't an isolated case. Over the past few years, I've witnessed a sharp increase in children facing attention problems, anxiety, and learning difficulties. And do you know what the common denominator in all of these cases is? A mistake we, as parents, are making without even realizing it. A mistake that is literally altering the structure of our children's brains. Today, I'm going to explain exactly what's happening in a child's brain, why this mistake is so devastating, and most importantly, how we can reverse it before it's too late. If you have children, nieces, nephews, or work with children, you need to hear this because what I'm about to share could completely change the way you understand child development and give you concrete tools to protect the brains of the young ones you care about. To grasp the full extent of this problem, we first need to understand how a child's brain works. Imagine a child's brain as a city under construction, where new buildings go up every day, new streets are laid, and essential connections are being established that will last a lifetime. When a child is born, they have approximately 100 billion neurons, but these neurons are waiting to connect. It's during the early years of life that synapses, those neural connections, form, shaping how a child processes information, regulates emotions, and interacts with the world. This process of neural construction follows a fundamental principle in neuroscience known as use it or lose it. The connections that are used repeatedly are strengthened, while those that aren't used are eliminated. This means that everything we expose a child's brain to during these critical years literally shapes its neural architecture. The prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for executive control, decision making, and emotional regulation, doesn't fully develop until about the age of 25. This means that children depend heavily on adults to help regulate their emotions and make sound decisions. Here's where the problem begins. The mistake we're making directly interferes with this natural developmental process, creating neural patterns that predispose children to anxiety, lack of focus, and emotional dysregulation. The mistake that we're making, one that's undermining the natural development of our children's brains, is early and constant digital overstimulation. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not against technology. It's a wonderful tool when used appropriately. The problem is in how and when we're introducing it into our children's lives. We live in a society that seems to have forgotten how important boredom is for cognitive development. We filled every moment of our children's free time with stimuli: tablets, phones, television, video games, educational apps. We believe that by doing so, we're preparing them for the future. But in reality, we're robbing them of something essential: the ability to be with themselves. A child's brain needs moments of calm to process information, make connections, develop creativity, and build the ability to introspect. When we constantly bombard them with digital stimuli, we interrupt these natural processes. Screens emit blue light that interferes with melatonin production, disrupting sleep cycles. A child who doesn't sleep well can't consolidate the learning from the day nor regulate their emotions properly. Additionally, digital content is designed to capture attention immediately and constantly, creating small dopamine bursts that make the brain crave more and more stimulation. This leads to what I call the instant gratification syndrome. Children become accustomed to immediate rewards and lose the ability to tolerate frustration, to wait, or to work towards long-term goals. Their reward system becomes deregulated, and activities that should naturally be gratifying, like playing outside, reading a book, or having a deep conversation, seem boring in comparison. The effects of this digital overstimulation are not just behavioral, they are neurological and measurable. Neuroimaging studies show that children who are excessively exposed to screens exhibit structural differences in their brains. There has been a decrease in gray matter in areas responsible for executive control and emotional regulation. The anterior cingulate cortex, essential for empathy and social connection, shows less activity. The hippocampus, crucial for memory and learning, can also be compromised. But here's something even more concerning. We're seeing a significant increase in diagnoses of ADHD, anxiety, and autism spectrum disorders. While these disorders have genetic components, the environment can activate or deactivate certain genes. Constant digital overstimulation may be acting as an epigenetic factor, predisposing children to these issues. Children are losing fundamental social skills. They're having difficulty reading facial expressions, maintaining face-to-face conversations, and developing empathy. This is because mirror neurons, responsible for social and emotional understanding, develop through direct human interaction, not through screens. we're also seeing language development issues. Children need to hear natural language patterns with pauses, intonations, and emotional context in order to develop their communication skills properly. Digital devices can't replace this complex human interaction. As parents and educators, we need to be aware of certain signs that indicate a child is suffering the effects of digital overstimulation. These signs are the SOS messages their brains are sending us. First, attention and concentration issues. If a child can't maintain focus on an activity for appropriate periods for their age, if they are constantly distracted or need increasingly intense stimuli to stay engaged, their attentional system might be out of balance. Second, sleep disturbances, difficulty falling asleep, frequent awakenings at night, recurring nightmares, or extreme resistance to going to bed can indicate that the brain is overstimulated. Third, emotional regulation issues, over the top tantrums, extreme mood swings, difficulty calming down after a conflict, constant irritability. All of these are signs that the prefrontal cortex isn't developing properly. Fourth, social isolation. If a child constantly prefers digital activities over playing with others, avoids eye contact, or has difficulty initiating or maintaining conversations, their social skills may be compromised. Fifth, a loss of creativity and imagination. Children who've lost the ability to play freely, who need constant external entertainment, or who don't know what to do when they're bored, are showing signs of digital dependency. But here's the good news, and it's the reason why I decided to make this video. The child's brain has an extraordinary ability to recover, thanks to what we call neuroplasticity. This means that neural connections can reorganize, strengthen, and form new, healthier patterns. Neuroplasticity is especially powerful during childhood and adolescence, giving us an incredible window of opportunity to reverse the damage caused by digital overstimulation. However, recovery takes time, consistency, and a very specific approach. The brain needs around 21 days to start forming new neural habits, but to fully consolidate new patterns of functioning, it can take anywhere from 3 to 6 months of consistent practice. This means that the changes we make must be sustained over time. During this process of neural reorganization, it's common for children to experience what I call digital withdrawal syndrome. They may show irritability, resistance to change, or apparent boredom. It's crucial to understand that this is temporary and is actually a sign that their brain is adjusting to a more natural and healthy way of functioning. Now, let's talk about how we can practically help the brain recover and develop optimally. First, implement digital disconnection windows. Set specific times each day completely free from screens. Start gradually, perhaps with 30 minutes after breakfast and 30 minutes before dinner. During these times, the entire family should disconnect. This not only benefits the child, but also strengthens family bonds. Second, create calming rituals. The child's brain needs moments of calm to process information and regulate emotions. Implement activities like coloring mandalas, practicing breathing exercises together, or simply sitting in silence for 5 minutes. These calm moments help strengthen the prefrontal cortex. Third, encourage free and unstructured play. Play is a child's work. When a child plays freely, they are developing executive functions, creativity, social skills, and emotional regulation. Resist the temptation to structure every moment of your child's day. Boredom is the starting point of creativity. Fourth, prioritize outdoor activities. Contact with nature has proven neurotherapeutic effects. It reduces cortisol levels, improves attention, and strengthens the immune system. Try to make sure your child spends at least 1 hour a day outdoors, preferably surrounded by natural elements like earth, water, and plants. Fifth, establish sacred sleep routines. Sleep is when the brain consolidates learning and detoxifies. Screens should be turned off at least 2 hours before bedtime. Create an environment conducive to rest: a dark room, a cool temperature, and a calm atmosphere. Human narrated stories are infinitely more beneficial than digital audiobooks. One of the most critical aspects of restoring a child's brain development is the restoration of authentic human connections. Children are biologically designed to learn through social interaction. Their mirror neurons activate when they observe facial expressions, gestures, and emotions from others. Face to face conversations are irreplaceable. When you talk to your child without digital distractions, you're activating multiple areas of their brain: auditory comprehension, emotional processing, social skills, and language development. Additionally, oxytocin, the bonding hormone, is released during these interactions, strengthening emotional connection. Implement what I call total presence time. Spend at least 20 minutes every day being fully present with your child without your phone, the TV on, or any other distractions. This can be playing, cooking together, walking, or simply conversing. During this time, practice active listening, make eye contact, ask open ended questions, and reflect on their emotions. Family meals are golden opportunities for strengthening bonds. Studies show that children who regularly eat with their families have better language development, higher self esteem, and a lower risk of behavior problems. Make mealtimes sacred. The key here is not to demonize technology, but to use it consciously. Once you've implemented digital detox periods and established healthy routines, you can reintroduce technology in a more balanced way. Set specific and limited times for screen usage. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends avoiding screens for children under 2 years old, limiting screen time to no more than 1 hour per day for children aged 2 to 5, and setting consistent limits for older children. However, more important than the amount of time is the content and context. When you use technology with your child, make it interactive. Sit down with them, comment on what they're watching, ask questions, and relate the content to real life experiences. This transforms passive consumption into active learning. Choose high quality content, ideally educational and age appropriate. Avoid programs or games with fast rhythms, constant scene changes, or violent content. A child's brain processes content better when it has a slower pace and a coherent narrative. Create technology free zones in your home, bedrooms, the dining room, and ideally a play area. This helps maintain healthy associations between spaces and activities. Children need spaces where they can escape digital distractions and focus on more meaningful interactions. These simple changes in the home environment will go a long way in creating a balanced atmosphere for your child's development. The effects of digital overstimulation are not just confined to the home, they are also impacting the educational environment. As a society, we need to rethink how we're integrating technology into classrooms. I've observed that many teachers feel pressured to use technology constantly, believing that it will help maintain students' attention. However, this may actually be contributing to the problem. Children need to develop the ability to maintain sustained attention without constantly shifting digital stimuli. It's crucial for educators to understand the principles of brain development and implement strategies that strengthen executive functions. This includes activities that require sustained attention, such as deep reading, handwriting, manual arts, and cooperative play. Handwriting, in particular, is essential for brain development. When a child writes by hand, multiple brain areas are activated simultaneously: fine motor skills, visual processing, memory, and language. Studies show that children who learn to write by hand have better reading comprehension and greater written expression skills compared to those who primarily learn through keyboards. We can't talk about brain development without mentioning nutrition. The brain uses about 20% of the body's total energy, and this demand is even higher during periods of rapid growth. Omega 3 fatty acids, especially DHA, are crucial for the development of the prefrontal cortex and neural connections. These can be found in fatty fish, walnuts, chia seeds, and flaxseed oil. A deficiency in omega 3s can contribute to attention problems and emotional regulation difficulties. High quality proteins are essential for neurotransmitter synthesis. The amino acids in proteins are converted into dopamine, serotonin, and other brain chemicals that regulate mood and concentration. Complex carbohydrates provide stable glucose to the brain. Blood sugar spikes and crashes caused by processed foods can exacerbate attention issues and cause mood swings. Hydration is also key. Even mild dehydration can affect concentration and mood. Children need water, not sugary drinks or caffeinated beverages. The physical environment has a profound impact on brain development. Children need spaces that promote calm, concentration, and creativity. Reduce background noise and visual distractions. A sensory overloaded environment can overstimulate an already sensitive nervous system. Movement is one of the most powerful tools for healthy brain development. When a child moves, especially in activities that require coordination and balance, they're strengthening crucial neural connections. Exercises that cross the body's midline, such as crawling, climbing, swimming, or simply marching with opposite arms and legs, have profound effects on cognitive development. Yoga and martial arts for children are excellent because they combine movement with mindfulness and breath control. These practices strengthen the prefrontal cortex and improve self regulation. Never underestimate the power of unstructured physical play. Running, jumping, climbing, swinging. These activities are vital for the development of the vestibular system, which not only affects balance but also attention and emotional regulation. Allow your child the freedom to move without constant supervision or structured schedules. Unstructured playtime is when children naturally develop problem solving skills, creativity, and social abilities. By making space for these activities, we are enhancing their cognitive flexibility and emotional resilience, preparing them to handle challenges and uncertainty in the future. These physical activities not only promote brain health, but also improve mood, reduce stress, and increase energy levels, contributing to a more balanced and calm state of mind. Now, let's talk about the emotional and social aspects of a child's development. Authentic human connection is critical to a child's brain growth. When a child interacts with others, particularly face to face, they're activating multiple parts of their brain involved in social understanding, emotional processing, and language development. Human to human connection is irreplaceable. When you sit with your child and engage in meaningful conversation without distractions, you are stimulating their brain in ways that digital screens simply can't. This is why I emphasize the importance of daily, distraction free connection time. At least 20 minutes of undivided attention is crucial. During this time, you can engage in a simple activity like playing a game, cooking together, or just talking about their day. This time of total presence allows children to feel valued, heard, and secure in their relationship with you. The act of looking them in the eyes, listening actively, and reflecting their emotions not only strengthens the emotional bond between you, but also helps regulate their nervous system. Family meals are also a perfect opportunity to deepen these connections. Studies have shown that children who regularly eat with their families have better language development, higher self esteem, and fewer behavioral problems. Make mealtimes an intentional time for connection, where everyone shares something positive about their day and feels seen. These simple moments of bonding can have a profound impact on your child's development. In addition to face interaction, the content your child consumes also matters. Technology, when used thoughtfully, can still be beneficial, but it's essential to ensure that it's not replacing real world interactions. When using screens, engage with your child. Watch shows or play games together and discuss what's happening on the screen. Make it an interactive experience rather than passive consumption. Lastly, the physical environment in which your child spends time plays a critical role in their brain development. Creating spaces that promote calm, focus, and creativity can significantly improve your child's ability to concentrate, learn, and regulate their emotions. Start by reducing distractions in their environment. Sensory overload, whether from loud noises, bright lights, or clutter, can overwhelm a child's developing nervous system. A calm, organized space with fewer distractions helps children focus and engage more effectively in learning activities. Natural lighting is crucial as well. Exposure to natural light during the day helps regulate the child's circadian rhythm, improving sleep quality and mood. If possible, arrange study or play areas near windows to maximize the benefits of natural light. Adding elements like plants, soft textures, and neutral colors can create a peaceful and welcoming atmosphere that helps reduce stress and enhances creativity. Creating specific areas for different activities is also beneficial. Having a dedicated space for reading, arts and crafts, or even quiet time gives the brain cues about what activity is being done and helps it switch gears more easily. It also reduces the feeling of being overwhelmed by too many tasks or choices. For instance, a cozy corner for reading or a small area for arts and crafts can encourage a child to engage in these activities without distractions. Physical activity, combined with environmental design, is essential for healthy brain development. Active play not only strengthens the body, but also stimulates brain areas involved in problem solving, emotional regulation, and social interaction. It's important to ensure that your child has regular opportunities for free play, particularly activities that involve balance, coordination, and movement. This can include climbing, jumping, swimming, or even simple exercises like walking or running. Movement activities like yoga or martial arts are excellent for developing self regulation as they combine physical movement with mindfulness and focus. These types of activities can help children better manage stress, improve focus, and build resilience. They teach children how to maintain control over their body and emotions, both of which are crucial skills for navigating the challenges of growing up. It's also important to prioritize outdoor time. Nature has a therapeutic effect on the brain. Spending time in natural environments has been shown to lower cortisol levels, improve attention span, and enhance immune function. Aim to have your child spend at least an hour a day outside, whether it's playing in the yard, taking a walk in the park, or even just observing nature around them. As a final point, nutrition is an essential piece of the puzzle for supporting a child's brain development. The brain uses a large portion of the body's energy, so fueling it with the right nutrients is vital. Omega 3 fatty acids, particularly DHA, are crucial for the development of the prefrontal cortex and neural connections. These are found in fatty fish, walnuts, and flax seeds. Protein, especially high quality sources, is necessary for producing neurotransmitters that regulate mood and concentration. Complex carbohydrates help maintain stable blood sugar levels, which is essential for consistent energy and focus. Avoid highly processed foods that cause blood sugar spikes and crashes, which can interfere with attention and mood regulation. Make sure your child is drinking enough water, as even mild dehydration can affect concentration and mood. Creating a balance between physical activity, structured downtime, healthy nutrition, and proper sleep routines is key to helping your child's brain develop optimally. The environment they spend time in, both physical and social, will significantly impact how well they can focus, manage emotions, and form healthy relationships with others.